So the first thing that I'm going to use is 350 grams of self-raising flour, and I'm just going to sieve this through just to get the big clumps out, and it's just going to make a nice moist fluffy cupcake. And now I'm going to use 370 grams of caster sugar, and then also 60 grams of cocoa powder. This is the Bourneville one that I use, but if you have a better quality one, then feel free to use that one as well. But if you have good recommendations of cocoa powder, let me know in the comments below. And I was actually quite surprised at how many lumps there was in the cocoa powder, so I used my whisk to kind of like help it go through, but the big chunks I just left out and threw it away. I'm also just putting around 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and you just want to give this a good mix with your whisk. Just make sure everything is nicely incorporated together. And then here I've actually chopped up some milk chocolate. You can use dark chocolate if you want, and I think I used around 150 grams, and you can just dump it in, and actually this gave a good texture to the cupcake. So now I'm using some cold coffee, literally some espresso instant coffee, some buttermilk, 3 eggs, and some vegetable oil. Literally, it's so simple, guys. All the measurements will be written in the info box if you guys want to know what I use. And I just want to give this a quick mix. I actually use some vanilla extract. That's optional, you can totally skip that part. And oh my god, I suck at voiceovers. I mean, you know that already, guys. So next I'm just going to slowly add in my wet ingredients to my dry ingredients and slowly mix this together. I did this in 2 parts, and it was actually very easy to mix. Just keep it slow at the beginning, and then you'll see it should make a really nice thick consistency. So once it looks like that, I'm going to grab my cupcake tin. I don't even know what this is called, and I use muffin cases, not cupcake cases, because I find them are quite small. I prefer the bigger ones, and I just love putting this. I just love this step. I don't know, I find it really satisfying. Just to make it easier, I put the mixture into a jug so that I can easily fill the cases up. And this is the part where it was really like trial and error for me with my previous cupcakes. I feel that you need to like fill it like halfway to like 3/4, but nothing over 3/4. So I'm now going to put this in the oven for 24 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. So now we can move on to our buttercream. I'm using 250 grams of unsalted butter, which is at room temperature, and you want it to get it really nice and fluffy. I whisk it for like 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to use some icing sugar. I used around 570 grams in total. I know that's a lot, but it's a yummy buttercream, okay? I just love just normal buttercream. I think this is American buttercream, but it's so yummy, and I do it in 2 parts. So I do, I think it was like 285 grams at each time. So once you give that a mix slowly, I also add in some milk just to like give it the right consistency. So if it's too thick, add some milk. If it's too liquidy, add some more icing sugar. Now for the start of the show, I'm actually putting a lot of Nutella. I just eyeballed this. I put a bunch in, honestly, like 4 big scoops, like really big scoops, and it gave the most nicest taste to the buttercream. And it's the first time I think I put this much Nutella in my buttercream, but it was so nice. And yeah, here I'm just adding some more, of course, and also some milk. Like I said, just play around with the milk and the ingredients to just get the right consistency. In the end, I wish it was a little bit thicker, but you know, I'm still learning. I ain't no professional, okay? And I went in with some more milk. I feel like I could have stopped here, but I added more milk, you know. But yeah, just give it a quick mix. I actually want to make my cupcakes again because they're all gone and I kind of miss them now. But I added more milk. Wow. I definitely didn't need that much, but like I said, just play around with your ingredients. So now I'm going to scoop it into a piping bag, and I took the kind of like rose nozzle head, and I go from inwards to out, and I find that it's way better and it looks way neater. I'm not that good at making those like rose effect kind of like buttercream, but like here you can see I'm going outwards in, and it doesn't look as good, honestly. It just looks so messy. So yeah, I loved this. Like, this was just so satisfying to do, so therapeutic, and I really enjoyed it. And I loved how like every single one came out really neat. So because I wanted to give these to my friends, I bought these cupcake boxes from Amazon, and I was so pleased with them. It was really affordable for like I think 6, so I'll link them in the info box if you guys are interested in them, but they were so handy. The cupcakes stayed safe when I bought it to my friends, and it just makes everything look so presentable and neat. And I made 4 for each of my friends. So yeah, here I'm just using some Nutella. I actually melted some in a piping bag in the microwave for like 10 or 20 seconds. Just drizzle it on top to give a little finishing effect. And honestly, this was the most yummiest thing I've ever had. You'll see my reaction in a bit, but even just this drizzling part, again, you know the drill, is so therapeutic, guys. So yeah, that's the box. It looks cute. I made all 3 of them here. I can't tell you how excited I was to give these to my friends, but this is my one that I'm going to try in a bit, and just look how cute it is. My husband doesn't like the buttercream, so I did some with just the Nutella.